Absolutely. Here's a 500-word story-style article based on the topic. I'm 92 and still drive. These 5 habits are why I've never been sick in 30 years. At 92, Harold Matthews still wakes up at 6:30 every morning, ties his own shoes, and drives himself to the local diner for breakfast. His usual order? Oatmeal with cinnamon, fresh berries, and a side of black coffee. The waitress, Judy, greets him like clockwork, often shaking her head in amazement. "Harold," she says, "you're sharper than half the people in their 50s." He just laughs and replies, "It's the habits, not the years." Harold hasn't had so much as a cold in over 30 years. No hospital stays, no chronic illnesses, not even a sniffle. And while genetics might play a small role, he's convinced his health is the result of 5 simple habits he's followed religiously. Habits that anyone at any age can adopt. For one, morning movement. Every day. For over 4 decades, Harold has walked a mile every morning, rain or shine. It keeps the rust off the joints, he jokes. More than just physical exercise, his morning walks offer mental clarity and a peaceful routine that sets the tone for the day. Maffer 2. Real food only. Harold eats fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. "If it didn't exist 100 years ago, I don't eat it," he says. That means no processed snacks, no sugary cereals, and nothing with ingredients he can't pronounce. He believes food is fuel, not entertainment, and his immune system seems to agree. 3. 8 hours of sleep, no exceptions. Even in his 90s, Harold maintains a strict sleep schedule. Your body repairs itself while you sleep. If you shortchange that, you'll pay the price, he explains. No late night television, no scrolling through a phone, which he doesn't own, just a book, a warm cup of herbal tea, and lights out by 9:30. 4. No stress, no drama. Harold's life philosophy is simple. If it's out of your control, let it go. Stress will eat you faster than bad food, he often says. He practices mindfulness in the simplest way, by sitting on his porch in silence, watching birds, or chatting with neighbors. Calm, he believes, is a daily choice. 5. Stay curious and connected. Perhaps the most surprising of his habits is his commitment to staying mentally active. Harold reads daily, attends local history lectures, and mentors teens at the community center. Loneliness and boredom age you, he says. Staying curious keeps your mind young, and a young mind helps the body keep up. Doctors have called him a biological anomaly, but Harold disagrees. "I'm just proof that small things done consistently can keep you well." While others his age rely on caretakers or assisted living, Harold drives, shops, cooks, and lives completely independently. His secret isn't a miracle, it's a mindset. As he finishes his oatmeal, Harold raises his coffee cup with a grin. If you treat your body like a friend instead of a burden, it'll take care of you right back. Would you like a short voiceover version of Harold's quote at the end? Absolutely. Here's a 500-word continuation of Harold's story, offering a deeper look into his lifestyle and its wider impact. Harold's story soon caught the attention of the local newspaper. After the article titled "The 92-Year-Old Who Hasn't Been Sick in 30 Years" went viral, people from across the state began writing him letters. Some asked for advice, others just wanted to thank him for the inspiration. One letter came from a young man in his 30s who said, "I've been feeling tired and sick constantly, but your story gave me hope. I've started walking every morning like you." Harold was touched. He never set out to be anyone's role model. He just lived the only way he knew how. but he quickly realized that his habits, while simple, carried wisdom. People were hungry for in an increasingly chaotic world. He began giving short talks at the community center once a month. The sessions weren't lectures, more like friendly conversations. He shared grocery tips, simple stretches, and techniques to manage worry. One of his favorites was called 3 Breaths and a Smile, a mini practice of pausing during stressful moments, taking 3 deep breaths and smiling on the last exhale. It's hard to be tense when you're smiling, he'd say, and everyone laughed. His practical, no-nonsense advice resonated with people from all generations. Despite his age, Harold remained fiercely independent. He still drove his classic Ford pickup to the farmer's market every Saturday. Vendors would wave as he passed, knowing he'd be looking for crisp apples and vine-ripe tomatoes. He avoided big supermarkets, preferring to buy seasonal produce from people he knew by name. "I like knowing where my food comes from and who grew it," he said. Even the local farmers admired his energy and often asked him what his real secret was. "Discipline," he always replied with a wink, "and black coffee." Harold also made a point to avoid doctor's offices unless absolutely necessary, not out of pride, but because he hadn't needed to go. He kept up with basic checkups and eyesight exams to keep his driver's license current, but his medical records were thin. When asked why he thought others around his age struggled so much with illness and mobility, he was careful not to judge. "A lot of people were never taught how to age well," he said. "They think slowing down means giving up, but it doesn't have to." In fact, Harold believed that aging was just another phase of life to be lived with intention. He compared it to gardening. The soil might be older, but with the right care, it can still grow the strongest plants. For him, aging wasn't about avoiding death. It was about embracing life fully every day you were given. What started as a quiet, solitary routine had turned into a ripple effect of healthy change. Friends began taking morning walks. Families started cooking together more. Neighbors reconnected. And through it all, Harold remained grounded, still beginning each morning the same way, with movement, gratitude, and a bowl of oatmeal. Would you like a voiceover of Harold's gardening quote to close out the story?